Hello again, and thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to cover one of the most asked questions that I get as a mortgage broker or mortgage originator from new first-time home buyers and even move-up buyers is what are the steps in the pre-approval process, or what do I need to do to get pre-approved so I can go start shopping for my new home? And confidently make offers on the new home when I find one I like. So by the end of this, you're going to have the information that you need to start moving forward in that process. And it's probably a lot easier than you think to be pre-approved. I'm talking about being fully pre-approved to purchase a home and not a quick 3-minute, 5-minute pre-qualification on something you can fill out online and they send you a pre-qualification letter, because frankly, that means nothing to sellers. And the reason a pre-qualification doesn't hold any weight with sellers is because all it is verifying the information that you type in online and submit. So they're not reviewing your documents, your pay stubs, your employment history, your credit, your assets for your down payment, your overall situation to determine if you can be pre-approved to purchase that home. So stay away from the pre-qualifications. It's a waste of time. If you're ready and you're serious to go purchase a new home, we want to get fully pre-approved. And again, it's probably a lot easier than you think. There's a lot of misinformation online that is outdated information. It's old. It's just not accurate on getting pre-approved. Typical time to become pre-approved is if you have everything turned in within 24 hours. And we're going to cover those steps and everything that you need to be armed and ready for when the time comes when you're looking to search for a home. I'm Mike Spindler. I'm a mortgage broker with Edge Home Finance and have been in the business for 25 years, helped over 1,000 clients purchase their new home or refinance their current home. So I've seen a lot, have a lot of information, and this is something that will be valuable to you to walk through if you're preparing or you're getting ready to purchase your next home. So I know this process of buying a new home, whether it's your first home or if it's your next home, I know it can seem overwhelming and stressful because let's face it, it's a big financial decision. There's a lot of things that we're going to work through and we're going to talk about, and you're going to turn in for documentation that we need to make the pre-approval happen. I just want to tell you that that's normal and that's typical. And I even go back to what happened with my wife and I when we sold a home and we purchased. Now, mind you, I've been in this business for 25 years. 9 years ago, I went and sold a home that we had owned for a very long time. And again, I'm in the business. Sold a home and we're working to purchase a new home. And we put in offers got accepted, and we're going through the mortgage process. And I was a basket case. I was stressed out going through the process, and I don't know why. I do this stuff every day, multiple times a day. I help people. That's why I want to talk through this process, because we've designed, based off real life experiences, I've designed a process with my team to make this as smooth and stress-free as possible. We get all the hard work out of the way up front. So when we issue that pre-approval and say, congratulations, you're pre-approved to go purchase your next home, and run through the details, you can confidently take that letter, start shopping for your new home, and focus on the fun stuff. Frankly, the mortgage stuff, the finance stuff isn't the fun stuff when you're going through this process. It's looking and shopping and finding that new home where you're going to live for a multiple number of years ahead. My team, my goal, and my team's goal as we're going through this process is to make sure that we're set up, all your questions are answered, and all stress is eliminated from the process, and you're focusing on the fun stuff, finding the home, making offers, working with your real estate agent to get an offer accepted on your new home. So step one is to connect with me. You can give me a call at 612-590-8623. I'll have all my contact information in below in this video. My goal is to make sure you have all your questions answered and you're not searching around online to try to find information that may deter you from purchasing a home, because frankly, stuff online can make it seem like it's impossible with the amount of down payments they say you need, down payment funds, things like that. So work off accurate information. The first step, connect with your loan officer, your mortgage broker, me, to get those questions answered and even run through a scenario. Doesn't hurt, doesn't cost anything for you to do that. Step two in that process is filling out the application. And it's an easy application. Sometimes you think that, oh boy, this is going to take me an hour to get done, and there's a lot of information, everything they're asking for. Honestly, it takes you about 10 minutes to fill out a mortgage application. So it's pretty easy. You can do that either over the phone with me. We can fill it out over the phone, get that piece of it done, or you can choose to fill it out online when you have time. And once you get the application completed, you'll hit submit, and then I'll request documentation from you. So either if you do it online or we do it over the phone, I will set you up. You'll have a secure portal account, it's called, and there you're able to upload your documentation. So what do we need for documents is the next question, and that's a great question. We collect everything that I can think of that we need up front to answer any questions for our underwriters as we're doing the pre-approval review to get your pre-approval finalized. After you have an offer accepted on a home, anything we can think of that the underwriter may have a question about, me and my team ask for that up front. So we try to get all that out of the way. So again, you can continue to focus on, once you get an offer accepted, you're going to have a home inspection, perhaps, depending on the market, depending on where you're at and the competition that you're dealing with. Your real estate agent will guide you through that piece of it and what you need to know on the home inspection piece. But we want to keep you focused and excited about the purchase of your new home, so we get all the guesswork up front. So long-winded point, the documents that we need to finalize a pre-approval and get you out shopping are, we'll need the most recent 2 years of tax filings. So right now I'm in 2026, so we would take 2024 and 2025 tax filings. Federal only, we don't need to see the state. We take your most recent 2 full years of W-2s, so 2024 and 2025 W-2s, 2 full months of your asset statements, all pages, even if there's a blank page. I know it sounds crazy, but what underwriters and mortgage investors, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, HUD, VA, what they look for in assets and verification of assets is they look for all the pages in the statement. So on the bottom, typically on the bottom right-hand corner of your statements as you're going through them, it'll say page 1 of 7. And the last page in statements are typically blank, and it says on there left blank intentionally. We need every single page. So even if it's blank, we need that. We'll need copies of your driver's licenses, passports, state issue ID, green card, permanent resident card, whatever you have that is your legal identification. We need that. Typically, people supply passports, driver's license, green cards, permanent resident cards. And then the last and probably the most important part of it, in addition to the W-2s, is we need a full 30 days of pay stubs. So your full month of pay stubs for your employment. And we look at the pay stubs because it breaks out all your income categories on the pay stubs. Base pay, if you're paid hourly or salary, it shows that rate in there. Overtime, bonus, commissions, stock purchase plans, things like that. So we want to see all sources of income that we're going to use to qualify you to purchase your new home. So that's it. If you're self-employed, we'll want all your business returns for the past 2 years, your business filings, in addition to the federal 1040 tax filings, as well as 1099s instead of W-2s, things like that. So if you're self-employed, let me know. We can talk through exactly what we need to see. So we got step 1 done. You reached out, we answered your questions. Step 2, fill out the application, check. Step 3, documents that you need to provide for it, check. And now basically you turn your file over to me. And what I do is I complete a full initial review. So we've already talked on the phone. I've got your details on what you're looking at in terms of a property type, single family homes, townhomes, condos. I know what you're planning to put down for your down payment on your home, as well as your total cash to close. So you have a down payment that's paid towards the mortgage, and then you have closing costs. So depending on what state you're in, closing costs will vary depending on state and tax amounts and all kinds of different stuff, but you'll have down payment and closing costs. So when I talk about what are you looking to bring to the table for cash to close, it's down payment and all fees included. So you don't have to break up, this is what I need for my down payment, this is what I need for closing costs, this is potentially what I need for real estate commissions, things like that. So I want to know what your total cash to close is. So we've gotten all those questions answered. We talk about employment. As I'm going through and doing the initial review on the file, I'll have all that information beside me as I'm reviewing your documents and getting your file set up to be underwritten. Basically, it's an income, asset, and credit underwrite up front to get you fully pre-approved for the purchase of your new home. That'll typically take me, depending on the day, 2 or 3 hours to complete, up to 24 hours if I'm out of the office on appointments and things like that. And then I'll send you an email and let you know I've completed the initial review. Maybe here's some questions that I have for you that we didn't touch base on when we were on the call, or things that came up as I was reviewing your documents. So we'll ask those questions, we'll get those answered, and then I'll be able to finalize your pre-approval. So typical turnaround, 24 to 48 hours max. Self-employed, it may take 3 or 4 days because there's a little extra income underwriting, reviewing tax returns and doing income calculations and things like that. So a lot of times within 24 hours, within the same day when you submit the application. So if anybody's telling you that they need a week or 2 weeks to complete your pre-approval, it's simply not true. They may not know what they're doing. And with the pre-approval process too, you don't work on my timelines. I work on your timelines. So if you need a few days because you're going out of town or you have business meetings or whatever, track down documents, whatever it may be, I work for you. I work on your timelines. You'll never get any pressure from me on setting it, but I will check in with you and make sure I didn't miss anything. If it's been a couple days since I have talked to you last or traded emails with you, I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything and we're still on track to meet your timeline on when you want to be pre-approved and start searching for your new home. So then have all those questions answered, documents reviewed, finalize the pre-approval. Pre-approval amount, so the purchase price you're approved for is a big thing. So as we're having those conversations, I'm going to ask you what your monthly budget is for your new mortgage payment. I'm going to ask you what type of homes you've been seeing online, because everybody's searching online for homes even before they start the process. You want to see if it's something you want to do. If you find some homes that catch your eye, then you need to get pre-approved before you can make an offer to purchase that home. But I'm going to ask you, what's your budget? My best advice to any home buyer, first-time home buyer or move-up buyer, is make a budget. What do you want your maximum monthly mortgage payment to be, including taxes and insurance and mortgage insurance and homeowner association fees if you live in an association? So put that together and share with me what your max monthly payment is, because chances are with a mortgage pre-approval, and this happens almost every single time, I can pre-approve you for probably way more than you're comfortable with spending on a new home because of the monthly mortgage payment. Now, if you find something that maybe it increases the monthly payment, your monthly budget by $100, but this house is something you're going to live in for 20 years. This checks every box. You walk into it, it just feels like home, and you're willing to increase your budget, that's completely fine. And we'll talk about that up front. But I will tell you, you're pre-approved for the amount that you have selected for your budget. And then also let you know if you do find something a little bit more that catches your eye, we can go up X amount of dollars. So you'd be definitely comfortable doing that. It's always easy to come down in the pre-approval. We can always lower that pre-approved price. It doesn't really change much in the process. When we increase it though, we gotta look at everything again and make sure everything works. You don't have to supply anything, and because we have it set up at that point, it's a quick 5-10 minute look. But we want to stick to what you have said your comfortable monthly budget is, and that's why I stick to that for the pre-approval amount. You will have zero pressure from me or anyone on my team to push that budget. Some loan officers, some real estate agents as well in this industry will continue to try to push you higher and higher and higher because they get more money when you spend more. My team, my goal, long as I've been in the business and all my experience in the business, you are the one that we make happy. We don't push you, you tell us, and we take your direction. I just wanted to let you know that's out there, because if you're searching for your first home and you haven't been through this process before, you're going to see a lot of stuff out there. You're going to get told a lot of things. And in reality, you are the one that matters. We serve you as we're going through this process. So anytime you have any questions, anytime you need anything, I should be reachable within an hour or two at most if I don't pick up when you call. So if anybody says they need 24 hours to return your call as well, it's just not a good situation. I always say this to my clients. We work, and I'm talking about the mortgage lenders, mortgage brokers, and real estate agents. We work when everybody else doesn't. And that's because you have your job, you're at work, you go look at homes in the evenings, you go look at homes on the weekends, and that's when I need to work for you. Because if you're looking to make an offer, you want to know what an estimated monthly payment is, if you offer this price versus this price, or I want to put this much down, and then let's run it if I'm putting this much down. You need that information. You need to be armed with that when you're preparing your offer with your real estate agent to submit that offer. And I also have to send a property specific pre-approval letter. So I pride myself on being available. And if I'm not available for some reason, I have a team that works for me as well, and they will provide that information to you. So you'll always be taken care of. If you have anybody saying that it's going to take 24 hours to get a call back, or I don't work weekends, I don't work evenings, run. Find somebody who does, because that's when you're going to need the most assistance. And I've heard horror stories over and over with my top real estate agent partners and buyer clients who they had a family member, they had a friend use somebody else, and they were trying to make an offer on a house. They couldn't get a hold of their loan officer. They weren't able to submit an offer with a pre-approval letter, so the seller didn't even look at it. Because yeah, great, you send a great offer, but you didn't send a pre-approval letter, or you sent a pre-qualification letter that isn't worth the paper it's printed on. I'm sorry, I'm going to the next offer. So that, in a nutshell, is the steps in the pre-approval process. I know I get a little long-winded. I love educating people. So if we're ever on the phone and I'm sharing all this information, it's fine for you to say, hey, Mike, I get it. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's move on. But I need to arm you with all the information that you need to make the biggest financial decision you're probably ever going to make in your life. I want to make sure that you're educated. I want to make sure all your questions are answered. I want to make sure we eliminate all that stress so you can focus on the fun thing once you're pre-approved and go look for the new house. And I hope this video helps you if you don't use my services, because this is the process that you should go through to make sure you have an ironclad pre-approval. And when you submit that to the seller, you have the peace of mind that if I get this offer accepted, I will close on time, and my loan will be finalized prior to the closing date, so I know everything that's going on. So that's it. It is in a nutshell, a high level summary. It is a pretty simple process and how to go about it. In the next videos, we're going to talk about different mortgage products. We're going to talk about down payment percentage. What is private mortgage insurance? How can I avoid it? Do I need to avoid it? All different kinds of topics like that. But if there's something burning on your mind, please send it to me, because I may not be thinking about it, and it's easy for me to create a video, record a video, and get that sent out. But if you have any questions, you want to bounce anything off me, even if you're 2 years out, I'll take your call and I'll talk to you. Give me a call, 612-590-8623, or send me an email. You can text me at that number as well. And I'd be happy to spend some time with you and just get some questions answered, because when you're buying a home, knowledge truly is power. Thanks for joining today, and hope to see you on the next video.